Embroidered on the flag are three big characters: Taiyi Holy Land. What kind of demon dares to hide magical creatures in the great wilderness? The voice was like thunder exploding. An elder in a grey robe stood at the bow of the flying boat, his eyes sweeping over the demon dragon on the ground, finally fixed on the rotating black hole. Zhao Chang, the Taiyi Holy Land's outer sect enforcer. Elder Lin, a powerful figure in the King's Sealing realm, saw this and scrambled over, shouting hoarsely for Elder Zhao to save him. The traitor of Lin Yuan Town colluded with the Abyss Demon Lord to harm his kin. That black hole must be the entrance to the demon domain. Please, Elder, destroy it and reclaim the demonic energy. Zhao Chang ignored this family feud, his gaze fixed on the black hole. As a King's Sealing realm expert, he could sense the source energy within. That wasn't demonic energy, it was a terrifying power surpassing the laws of this world. Such a divine object, wasted in your hands. Zhao Chang looked down at you, his tone leaving no room for negotiation. Only a high and mighty judgment. Lin Yuan, considering your hard-earned cultivation, surrender control of the black hole and return with me to the Holy Land to face your crimes. I can ensure your body remains intact. You didn't look at him, but instead lowered your head to check the system interface. The first phase of the project has completed basic construction. Current employee: Apocalypse Demon Dragon. Junior incinerator worker, labor value 500, can be exchanged for a level 1 warden armor. Who did you say this black hole belongs to? You looked up, expressionless, but your eyes seemed to see a high-quality labor force delivered to your door. The world's treasures belong to the virtuous. Taiyi Holy Land claims to be the virtue of this great wilderness. Zhao Chang took a step forward. The pressure of the King's Sealing realm collapsed like a mountain. The Lin family disciples around fell to their knees, vomiting blood, unable to withstand this level of spiritual pressure. You rubbed your sore neck. Not only did you not kneel, but you also took 2 steps forward. Whether or not, I don't know, but my place just opened, and I need a gatekeeper. You, old man, seem pretty sturdy, trained, huh? Looking for death. Zhao Chang was so angry he laughed. In his 100 years of fame, he had never seen such an arrogant junior. With a wave of his sleeve, a giant hand of spiritual energy formed and slammed down on you. Just as the giant hand was about to touch you, the black hole that had been silently rotating suddenly erupted with a dull roar. Boom! An indescribable suction burst forth. Zhao Chang's mountain-destroying palm was like smoke entering a throat, instantly swallowed by the black hole without a trace, not even a splash. The black hole behind you began to shake violently, its once smooth edges cracking into countless fissures, like some slumbering giant beast awakening. Ding! The black hole vibrated. The second batch of blind box goods is about to be delivered. Interference detected. Taiyi Holy Land's Zhao Chang suggested to be converted to reserve labor. Zhao Chang's face changed dramatically, feeling his spiritual power uncontrollably dissipating. The black hole's presence changed for him, from a dead object to a hungry stomach. What is this thing? Zhao Chang wanted to retreat, but you grinned, recalling those capitalists in your past life who would stop at nothing to boost KPA, with that same look in their eyes. Where are you going? The second batch of goods has arrived. Elder Zhao, stay and lend a hand. Help me receive the goods, and if you do well, your probationary salary will be increased by half a bun. In the center of the black hole, a dazzling sword light is slowly and steadily piercing through the void. That aura made Zhao Chang, a powerful king-level being, feel his scalp tingle instantly. It surpassed the supreme, even beyond the extinction aura known in this world. Zhao Chang knelt. It wasn't that he wanted to kneel, but the sword energy emanating from the black hole was too overwhelming. Just a trace of its residual weight drained the spiritual energy within 1,000 miles, causing the continent to crumble. The disciples of Taiyi Holy Land fell, like dumplings from the sky. Zhao Chang was deeply embedded in the ground, with only his head exposed, his old face flushed purple. This is the aura of a deity. Impossible! He trembled as he looked up. From the black hole, a man slowly emerged. His white hair was disheveled, and his robe was tattered, but washed to a pale white. He held a broken sword, its blade rusted and even missing several large chunks. But as the man took a step forward, the void beneath his feet cracked open into an abyss. The ancient sword god, Li Kanglan, once swept across the 9 heavens with a single sword. In that era of gods, he was the only taboo. Because he touched some unspeakable forbidden zone, he was exiled by the heavenly way, imprisoned at the end of the void for 10,000 years. Now he has returned. Li Kanglan stood on the ruins, his eyes confused as he looked at this barren world, exhaling a long breath. The sword energy surged 3,000 feet, directly flattening half of the Lin family's back mountain. Thousands of years have passed. The seas have changed into mulberry fields. Li Kanglan murmured to himself, the air outside this cage still carries the scent of decay. I have returned, and this world shall bow down. Zhao Chang desperately kowtowed in the dirt. Junior greets the immortal. Please, immortal, move to Taiyi Holy Land. We are willing to offer everything to serve you. Li Kanglan glanced coldly at Zhao Chang, as if looking at an ant. He raised the broken sword, preparing to use the blood of this world's beings to commemorate his moment of regained freedom. Just then, a hand patted him on the shoulder. Finished with your lamenting? If so, come with me to report. The air seemed to freeze. Li Kanglan was stunned. For 10,000 years, not even those old monsters working together could silently approach him from behind. He felt a power that made his soul tremble, locking all his meridians instantly through that hand. Li Kanglan turned around and saw a blood-covered young man, holding a piece of white paper filled with tiny writing, looking at him impatiently. "You're Li Kanglan, right? Ancient sword god. Quite an impressive resume, but it's useless here." He slapped the white paper on his chest. "Sign it. You're the second employee here. The palace master does rough processing, chops wood, and cleans up trash." Li Kanglan was stunned. He wondered if he had been locked up for too long and was hallucinating. "Are you talking to me?" Li Kanglan's broken sword in his hand hummed softly. "The terrifying killing intent enveloped you, but you didn't pay any attention to it. You pointed into the void, activating the system's authority. Absolute suppression. Snap!" The broken sword in Li Kanglan's hand, capable of shattering galaxies, fell to the ground. He seemed to have his backbone removed, collapsing to the ground. His once earth-shattering cultivation vanished completely at this moment. He was horrified to find that his proud swordsmanship essence in front of this young man was like a mouse seeing a cat, cowering in the corner, trembling. "What did you do?" Li Kanglan's voice trembled. The entry medical check squatted down, pulling out a rusty axe from the Lin family's storeroom and shoved it heavily into Li Kanglan's hand. "The pile of firewood in the backyard is a month's worth. If you don't finish chopping it tonight, no dinner for you. And no using sword energy, you can only use your hands." The ancient sword god holding the axe, stained with manure, was completely shattered. When he was fighting in the heavens, even the heavens had to make way for him. Now, he's chopping wood, and with this piece of scrap iron that even mortals disdain to use. "I've dominated my whole life. If you keep nagging, I'll throw you back into that black hole. Do you want to experience that again?" You pointed to the roaring black hole behind you. Li Kanglan fell silent. The terror behind the black hole was something he never wanted to experience again in his life. It was a void more lonely than death. He picked up the axe and silently walked towards the pile of firewood on the back mountain. Zhao Chang was dumbfounded in the dirt. That was the sword god. Even though he didn't recognize him, that aura was unmistakable. A man who could slice through space with a single sword, now carrying an axe to chop wood. And his movements were quite professional. The dull sound of chopping wood echoed in the Lin family's back mountain, each strike hitting Zhao Chang's heart. You turned your head, looking at Zhao Chang still buried in the dirt, and gave a kind smile. "What are you looking at? Haven't you settled your job yet? Taiyi Holy Land is quite wealthy, right? Go send a signal to your holy master, have him bring ransom, or bring the whole sect here for an interview." Zhao Chang never thought in his life that sending a distress signal could be so humiliating. You sat on the back of the demon dragon, which now, due to poor performance, had taken over as a balanced scooter from the burning craftsman. Li Kanglan, not far away, under an old crooked tree, was swinging the axe, sweating profusely. "Hurry up and send it, don't dawdle," you urged. Zhao Chang, trembling, pulled out a gold token engraved with runes from his bosom, bit his tongue, and sprayed a mouthful of essence. Blood. The gold token instantly turned into a beam of golden light, disappearing into the sky. "Sent! It's sent!" Zhao Chang said weakly. "Good," you nodded, turning to look at Li Kanglan. "Master Li, how's the progress?" Li Kanglan stopped the axe in his hand, his palms aching from the shock. He was now just a mortal, and a very weak, malnourished one at that. After chopping for half an hour, he had only managed to chop less than 10 small pieces. "No, your majesty." Li Kanglan wiped his sweat, speaking with a certain humiliating compliance. "This axe is too blunt. Can I change tools?" "That's not a reason. You need to learn to find the problem within yourself. Stand up. Walk over to that pile of wood as big as a mountain. You are the sword god. What is the essence of sword intent? It's sharpness. If you can't chop with an axe, it means your sword intent isn't pure enough. If you can't finish chopping this pile of wood, it means you haven't mastered control over your strength." Li Kanglan blushed, wanting to retort, but realized the other party's words were damnably reasonable. This is the system's brainwashing. No, it's employee training, but this amount is really too much. My strength. You looked at the sky. Taiyi Holy Land's actions are quite fast. The sky already shows dozens of powerful auras. The leading ones are even more terrifying than Zhao Chang, clearly the core elders of the Holy Land. How about this? I'll give you a chance to boost your KPI.